welcome back to the channel. So a lot of people ask us, or really just don't know, when it snows, even a little bit, you need to care for your livestock. That means going out in the snow, and today we're going to do a little walkthrough with our animals. Woo. It's quite brisk out here, quite cold, but look in the high tunnel how dark it is. And our excavator, we had to use it today because when the cold happens, sick animals usually die. And we had a neighbor who had a horse who was struggling for quite some time. You know, just old girl. She'd had most of her life in a beautiful location, and it was time for her to walk over the Rainbow Bridge. Anyway, one of the things you need to know about when you use electric fence and it's snowing is that you have to clean that electric fence off. Because if you don't, then you're going to lose power. You're going to drain it down. So right now, we're just going to turn it off. Nothing's powered. As you see, it's quite cold. Ooh. The cows are enjoying, and the horses are enjoying the hay. So we keep our cows and horses together. We don't grain feed our cows. So our horses, of course, don't get grain either. And it's really not good to grain feed your animals because in the wild they wouldn't have it. Now, in the wild they would not be working horses hard like we do. But for when we work our shires, pulling and cutting grass and things like that, doing hay, we use them heavily. We will substitute with oats, rolled oats. We find that's perfect for shires. They don't do well on a lot of grain. It's not good for their body. And so we don't, we prefer not to give it to them, but sometimes you need to. So when your animal needs it, you need it. And as they get older, it's harder to keep weight on them. We're not in that boat yet, but my neighbor, unfortunately, her horse was over 20 years old. And when you're over 20 for an animal, 20 to 30, they don't usually live much longer than that. And so I told her, you know, we'll help you bury it. And we did this morning, but I had to get my other chores done too. So I had to start my other chores earlier to help her out, which is fine. That's what being a neighbor is all about. But I want to show you the fence here. So this is the fence. And as you see, let me get back a little bit. Snow is hanging on the fence. So what we do real easily is we pop it. Snow's all gone. But you have to do it all the way down. So when you have this kind of fence, just remember to go through and clear it. So we're going down to check on it should not be frozen. And unfortunately, the cows don't like coming down here unless I actually walk down here. And so I don't mind walking down here. But I have to be careful because it's quite steep for me, where for them it's not quite as bad. I find that if I walk in the grass and slip the path, whoops, almost slipped, that it's easier. I was too close to the path. And it's a steep hill right here, as you can see. So I'm going to walk down it slow. And hopefully I won't. Oh! And we had a tree fall down the other week. So this is our second snow in Virginia, southern Virginia, in the last 5 days. And it is December. And in Virginia, where I live at, we hardly ever get snow. So it's going to be a bad winter this year, which is what I predicted and planned for. So this is the tree that fell over. As you can see, it's quite large. Not really, but it is. When it warms up, we'll bring the mulcher down here. And we'll mulch this tree up. Right now we're going to the pond to check, to make sure, well, they've been down here, make sure that they can access this water, because it's very important that they can drink. Now our pond is nice and warm, the water, warmer than air temperature, which is why it's been quite foggy lately. So we put the gravel here, the heavy rocks, and these rocks are off of our property. And the goal is to keep, so we want the cows to come down here, but we don't want them to stay. So they have to walk super slow to get to the water. But they have areas that they can get to. Now, if you can put rocks down, keep them from getting in the water, that's good. Never let your animals in your pond or in a muddy area near the water. You're not going to want to let your animals get near the water if you have a pond, because it is very muddy in Virginia in the ponds, and that pond water, the mud, can actually trap your animal like a suction, and they can't get their feet out, and that's not good. We had a neighbor farmer who lost his Shire stallion because he gave it water access. He basically did like, there's the water, you can go to it, drink if you want or not, whatever. And the animal walked in the water. About all four legs were in the water. You know, all the hooves were in the water. And he could not get out. They sedated him, got a crane, tried to get a crane to get him out. The vacuum would not release. I wasn't present during the process, but it's something that happens. So if you choose to have animals and you're fortunate enough to have a pond, make sure you fence them out of the pond, and then let them, they can drink from it, but don't let them get in the pond, you know, because they'll get stuck, especially if it's muddy and mucky and cold. And it's hard to work in this weather. It really is. And people ask me all the time, you know, people ask all the time, do you have a hard time farming? It looks so easy. And I'm like, sure. Do you like your fingers really cold? Really cold. Because this one was the other one was in the pocket, so we're gonna switch hands holding this camera. But if you like freezing and working in the heat, then yeah, this is a great career for you. I like being outside. I have a degree that would keep me inside all day, and I like what I did, but I do not like being stuck inside 8 hours a day. So I opted to buy some land, my husband and I, and chose to be a rancher. Now, this is not a field for everybody. Homesteading is not a field or job career for the week. This much I can tell you. You have to be willing to get up 2 o'clock in the morning and deal with a predator that's trying to eat your livestock. You have to work in the wind and the rain and the nastiness. And if you can see, maybe you can't, but we'll look. I am walking on the path, but I have my coveralls on, my waterproof shoes on, and a heavy jacket that's lined. Looks like a shirt, but it's actually my work jacket. And it's very warm. And of course my Angora hat, which is my favorite hat. I don't care if it's stylish. My ears are warm, my head is warm. And that's what's most important to me.
Now we're going to check on the water and see how that is, if I need to take some chunkies out. Yep, need to take some chunkies out. Let's go check on the doggies to make sure the Anatolians are doing well. The chickens are nice and warm. The Anatolian looks nice and warm. Look at him coming out. Such a good boy. They love the snow. It is their favorite time of year. How you doing, big baby? Let's go check on Daddy. Daddy, of course, is an Anatolian, so is Mom. Oh, look at him. They absolutely love the snow. They run around and carry on during this time. The snow is like a playground for them. They love it. And it gets them great exercise while they're out. Now let's go check on Sadie. She's Mama Anatolian, and she's got the little geese coming out with her. Yep. Everybody's liking the snow.
Now I'm going back in because it's cold. I don't live in Montana. I do like the cold, but the older I get, the worse it is. So we're gonna hop back inside, warm up by the wood stove, and then we're gonna work on some dinner. So tonight's gonna be chicken that we raised, that we processed here. It's already been cooked. And then we're going to also have some of our potatoes and green beans. So this should be, the potatoes and green beans are quick to cook. So I'll warm those up just before we eat dinner tonight. But those are the things we like. We also check on the dogs. And of course the dogs are doing great. Everett, here you hear barking in the background, does not, Astrid, that's you. Everett likes to be in the house. He's normally in the house. So he normally barks, but his mom is barking because yesterday she was in the house and she said, I want to come in back into the house because she knows her daddy's in there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like these videos, let us know. If you'd like us to change the concept of our videos, let us know. Again, this is Heather from Whitehaven Ranch. Thanks for watching.